In this video, I'm going to do a revenue forecast update for Archie Democo as at the 28th of April 2025. We've converted 2 projects from our unsecured into secured, but unfortunately we lost the unsecured proposal for 99 Bradman Road. And we have a new marketing target for interiors as well. Forecasting is very dynamic, things are moving around all the time, but for now, this is our best guess of what the future looks like. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy the video. Okay, those of you that watched the March end of month financial review will be familiar with this forecast chart, which was updated just prior to the end of month. Forecasting is very dynamic, and by now this one's become out of date. At the end of March, we're expecting the full year to be 23 grand better than budget, but that included about $400,000 worth of unsecured marketing targets in May and June. We've now factored in what's happening with the projects and business development and everything. We've updated the forecast, and we can see now that we're going to be 55,000 under. We've eliminated the marketing targets, and we've got a little bit of the yellow unsecured still there, a tiny little bit of risk, but otherwise that $4.96 million is looking pretty firm. It means that instead of being at 105% realisation and 2.95, we're going to come in closer to the 2.8 at 2.78, 99%. Let's take a look at what the changes were. So Smith Street's just a little bit volatile. We've had to trim a little bit off the end of that in May because of what we're expecting to bill in April, and that's a stage fee. We've won 2 new projects at start May, which is great news. 55 Chester Parade and 102 Albert Street. The cheaper nasty lawyers interiors job looks like it's going to be spilling out a little bit, so we've adjusted that to put a bit into May. In the unsecured, the bad news was we've lost Bradman Road. Now, that was a big job. That was a $2 million fee that we'd weighted at basically 25%. So there was 83 grand in May and June that has disappeared. Obviously, as things are getting a bit tighter, we've had to review the existing jobs. So things like Little Angels, we're able to determine that the program here was shorter than we first thought. So we're able to compress a bit of that money and pull a bit into May and June. And Jones Avenue's remaining the same. As far as the marketing targets go, we have pushed out those first few a couple of months because obviously it takes time to do that. We've become aware of a new factory on 47 Woolley Road. Not sure yet who owns it, but we're trying to get that project, and it would start in September, we're told by the agent, if it starts. And the other addition to the marketing targets, the owner of Affluent Ambiance Interiors has a friend that owns Bright Shiny Lighting, so we've actually put them in for an August as well. Similar style showroom that Affluent Ambiance is after. So there you go, they're the changes. As I said, we've replaced 400 grand of unsecured marketing targets with about 40 grand is all that's at risk. Otherwise, everything's looking on track. Now, obviously, if we win something in between time, that might improve. But at this stage, this is the best we've got in terms of forecast numbers, so that we can try and match our resourcing to our capacity. And the rolling 12-month view on the right allows us to do exactly that for the 12 months ahead. We've mapped out the capacity based on our expected FTE mix and earning rates, utilisation, etc. And you can see there's some gaps. The next thing we need to start doing is focusing more on the marketing for next year. It's at this stage looking like we're coming off a bit of a peak in June, July, and then we're going to fall into a bit of a hole. We haven't got any unsecured work yet, and it's a big step to go from the marketing target straight to a secured project. There's usually a proposal process in between, and those 2 projects that are making up out to April next year, that's 52 Smith Street and Alice Road.